There was a man who had 4 sons. He wanted his sons to learn to never judge things too quickly. So he sent them, each on a quest, in turn, to go and look at a pear tree that was far away from their kingdom. The first son went in the winter, the second son in the spring, the third son in the summer, and the youngest son in the fall. When they had all gone and come back from the journey, he called them together to describe what they had seen. The first son said, "The pear tree was ugly, bent, and twisted." The second son said, "No, that the pear tree was covered with green buds and full of promise." The third son disagreed. He said, "It was laden with blossoms that smelled so sweet and looked so beautiful. It was the most graceful thing he had ever seen." The youngest son disagreed with all his brothers. He said, "It was ripe and drooping with fruits, full of life and with fulfillment." The man then explained to his sons that they were all right, because they had each seen but one season in the tree's life. He told them that they could not judge a tree or a person by only one season, and the essence of who they are. It can only be measured at the end, when all the seasons are up. In this life, there are season of seed time, season of waiting, season of testing, and season of harvest. The difficult seasons are necessary for the good times to come. For example, if a farmer does not plant seeds, he would not get crops to harvest. So if your faith is never tested, then you will never have a testimony to share about God's goodness and faithfulness. When you are tempted to believe, the painful time is never going to end. Just fix your eyes on God, and everything will be all right. In Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 1 says, "There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens." God created us to grow, change, and learn over time through different seasons. He has a purpose for everything He permits in our lives. Although we may not understand it, we can trust that God's word is true, and He always works everything out for our good, for those who love Him and want His will. The purpose of these seasons are to humble us and help us to rely on God's grace through difficulties, to keep us from trusting in and not depending on our own strengths, but depending on God, to test our faith, and to equip us in order to help others. We should learn how to embrace the seasons of life. Know that each season brings opportunities to help us grow our faith, set and redefine our goals, as we seek God's purpose in our lives. If you give up when it is winter, you will miss the promise of your spring, the beauty of your summer, and the fulfillment of your fall. So, do not judge life by one difficult season. Do not let the pain of one season destroy the joy of all the rest of the seasons. Trust in God. He is your strength as you experience the seasons of life. Thanks for watching. Stay blessed.